Hello everyone. If you want to clear an interview and if your basics are not clear, then it becomes very difficult for you to clear the interviews. So whenever you appear for an interview, if you think from the eye of an interviewer, you'll see that they are trying to test your basics first. And if your basics are not clear, then it is 100% guaranteed that you will not qualify for the interview. So, welcome everyone to another video of Automation Tester interview series in which we are discussing questions about Python in interviews. And without further ado, let's start with the question where we'll be delving into various questions which are involved regarding list. Okay, so we all know that this is one of the data types available in Python where we can store a number of values in a list, right? It can be any kind of data type. We can store integer, string, and maybe a list inside a list as well, right? And there, like, what are the kind of operations we can do, okay, and what kind of questions that can come along your way is we are going to discuss here in this video. Okay, so in the first question you can see we are being asked to find the largest number, right? So if we see, I'll increase the Python console and we'll straight away start with the question. We have initialized the first list called nums, and it has four elements: 2, 5, 1, and 8. Okay, so how to find the largest number? Okay, there can be inbuilt functions also. Okay, so we'll be using a mix of both. Okay, so straight away, if we see the inbuilt functions which we can use is the max function, right? And if we press enter, you'll be straight away getting the max of any list. Okay, and you can use this concept to solve n number of other problems also. Okay, the other approach could be you can iterate through the list. Okay, and just before that, let's initialize something. Okay, we have initialized a variable called gr, which is the greatest, which will be holding the greatest value. And what we'll do, we'll iterate through the entire list. If the number is greater than gr, we will replace gr with the element we are iterating through. And at the very end, if we just print the variable gr, that will be holding the value 8. Okay, so now, being because it is a beginner friendly video where even if you do not have much knowledge about Python, we'll be explaining everything. So what happens, it is iterating through each and every element. So first element is 2, it will compare with 0. Since 2 is greater than 0, then gr becomes 2. Okay, in the second iteration, since 5 is greater than 2, the gr will become 5. Then 1, because 5 is already greater than 1, so the gr remains 5. And then for the last element, since it is 8 and greater than the value stored in gr, which is 5, gr will be replaced with 8. And at the very end, after exiting from the loop, what we are doing, we are printing the value of gr, which gives us the final answer, right? So I hope like both the things are clear in your head now. We know the straightforward answer also by using the max function. Okay, and also we know how to iterate through the entire list. Okay, so with this we'll be moving to the next question, which is sum of elements. Okay, So again, for finding the sum of elements also, what we can do, we can initialize a variable called total, okay? And again, we'll be iterating through for I in nums, okay? Total is equal to total plus the element which we are iterating through. And at the very end, after exiting from the loop, what we can do, we can print the total. That will give us 16. Okay, so if even if we add 2 plus 5 is 7, 7 plus 1 is 8, 8 plus 8 is 16, which is the expected answer, and we are getting it. So again, we use the very basic concept of iteration to find the sum, right? Then to find the length of a list, okay, many a times like it is required for us, even before iterating through a list, we should know the length of list. So for that, we have an inbuilt function, okay, using which we can find the length, which is length function. Okay, it is giving us the value 4, right? And we can use the length function for finding the length of a string, for finding the length of a dictionary, of a tuple, okay, and everything like you'll be getting the output. Now, removing the duplicates. Okay, let's suppose we initialize a list having some duplicates. Many a times it is required for us to like remove the duplicates and only find the unique elements. So for that, what we can do, okay, we can create a set using the list. Okay, and this is giving us 1, 2, and 3. Even like if it is required for us to cast it as a list, we can do so by this method. So in short, like we are getting the unique values as well. Okay, now we can iterate through as well for I in nums. Okay, before that, let's initialize an empty list. It will be unq. Let's suppose the variable name we are keeping is unq, and then we will be iterating through the entire list. If I not in unq, then unq dot append, and we'll be adding the value I. Okay, and after all the iteration, if we see the unq, it will just be having only the unique values, right? You can see 1, 2, and 3. The additional 2 value which we were having was completely skipped, because in this if else statement, if I not in unq, then only append, because 2 was already there in the unq list. That's why it was not added, and as a result we only got the unique records in this list. So again, we use the very basic concepts of iterating through a list and the if-else statement to get a result. So this is reaffirming the things one after another, that if you know the basics, you can solve the most difficult problem easily, right? And now we'll be moving towards sorting a list. So let's suppose we have a list which is in haphazard way, not a sorted one. Okay, so for this, we have a function called sort. We'll see. Okay, so actually, we'll be using this one, sort. Right. And like this sorted function actually sorts the list in a order. Like similarly, you can use sorted for sorting a dictionary, a tuple, a, like any a string as well, right? Now we have approached the last, actually the last question of this video, which is reversing a list. Okay. Now, if we see the values in this list, it is 1 2 5 8. Reversing, it means that it will be storing the values as 8 5 2 and 1, right? So what we can do, we can just iterate through this, just a second. Like reversing a list, we can use the slicing method. Okay. And in that, we'll be slicing it the same way we used to slice like reverse a string, right? And it will give you the required result 8 5 2 and 1. Okay. So the most beautiful part of Python is most of the things it will be like working for any of the data types. Okay. So it can be like it will be working for tuple, it will be working for dictionary, it will be working for a string, and you can use the same basic principle to solve many multiple number of questions in a similar fashion. Okay. So if you know how to sort a list, you can like you'll be able to sort a dictionary as well, you'll be able to sort a string as well. Okay. So I hope this video was able to clear your basics. Okay, it was able to enhance your fundamental knowledge in Python. And if you are staying till this point in the video, please like the video, please share and subscribe Akansha Academy channel so that you can get informed of more such videos. Thank you so much, guys.